There were a lot of happy memories. The family would go out in the desert or in the playground, and we can play freely. My parents would bring us to school and not worry about the siren. But then Gulf War came. Why are people fighting? Why are people hurting other people? I really don't understand why was war happening. I remember the loud siren every time a missile is coming. I think my first question was, are we still going to be alive? There were a lot of happy memories. The family would go out in the desert or in the playground, and we can play freely. My parents would bring us to school and not worry about the siren. But then Gulf War came. When it comes to war, it leaves us no choice. I remember my dad plastering our doors, our windows, because during that time there were news that there was a missile coming, so that it was a form of protection just in case a chemical explosion would occur. So during Gulf War, one of the things that our teacher taught us was about how to protect ourselves. We had to bring our gas masks everywhere. So we had to be taught on how to use the gas mask. If there's a siren, we have to go under our table until our teacher tells us to, that everything's cleared. We just had to stay down. What was just comforting at that time was my parents would hug me and they would cover my ears and then wait for everything to just be stable. I was very fortunate enough to have parents who made us understand what was going on. That is something that not a lot of children are experiencing. And that created a big impact in my life. When I was about to go back to the Philippines, I was both excited and sad at the same time, because going back to the Philippines would mean leaving my mom, my dad, and my sister.
Hi, Mommy. A peaceful, what time is it there? A peaceful afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
I recall her crying
Alaikum
in
assalam.
our restroom, because imagine, for so many years, we were complete, we were together. At the age of 21 years old, I got to be immersed in the different conflict-affected areas in Mindanao. I get to interact with victims of armed conflict. And one thing that struck me was that 60 to 70% of those affected by the armed conflict are our children. I think we all experience this in our lives. You start asking yourself, how can I make life worth living? But then one day, I just thought of this image of a child in the conflict area. And that made me tell myself, I want to focus on children. They're the most affected when there's war, when there's armed conflict. But I've realized that there are not much interventions for children.
Our schools are hoping that, we release more books. Oh, yeah, okay, sige.
Start here. Okay, fine.
This is already conflict.
Why am I the one who bullied someone? Okay, my turn. The interesting part about our organization is that we're very much diverse. We're very much intergenerational. Okay? In our organization, we have members who are Muslims, Christians, even atheists, Buddhists, all faiths. Because we really want to practice what we preach.
For the information of everyone, para sa kalaman lahat, yung being at peace with oneself.
We often hear this. Conflicts, wars, biases, discrimination, these all start from the minds of human beings. So it is very, very important that we nurture the seeds of peace that's already in ourselves. Peace, for me, is not just the absence of conflict, but it is a way of life. Peace, for me, is like unconditionally loving someone. You have to choose it every day, no matter what the circumstances are in your life. One of the things that I could recall that really shocked me was I called a certain company. It's actually a loaning corporation. And this was just over the phone. They interviewed me. They said, okay, name, age, occupation. And then they asked me, what's your religion? I said, Islam. And then this lady told me, sorry, we don't give loans to Muslims. We are just following company policy. This story is actually common to Muslim women wearing the hijab and wearing the niqab. When you go to the mall, it's quite different when guards are inspecting the bags of Muslim women. They inspect us more as compared to the other women. So that's actually the sad part, of being a hijabi. So I think that's one of the realities that I have to accept. It's very normal to feel disappointed. It's very normal to get angry about it. But one of the things that I always ask myself in these disappointments or in these challenging realities, especially when I get hurt, especially when I become sad about it, I would always ask myself, what would Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would do or would say to these people? I've always looked up to him. Imagine amidst all the hate, amidst all the judgments, he never took it against them. He still showed compassion. He still showed mercy. He still showed kindness. Faith for me is very important. Faith is my life. It has been my moral compass. It has been guiding me in everything that I do. Who I am now, who I have become, is because of my faith. As Muslims, we have always been taught on how to care for our ummah, how to protect our ummah, and let us do everything in the most peaceful way that we could to take care of our ummah. I see peace building, specifically building a culture of peace through peace education, as a part of my faith. I would say that I have a strong relationship with Allah, but I know that it's still not enough. I know that I have to continue fulfilling His purpose for me until the day I die. I'm Rohaniza and I am Muslim.